make a very big decision in Warren's recently. Where it's never finished, and we understand that, especially with AI features coming in and stuff like that. You know, we've got to keep up with the times, which we promise we always will be. Everything all in one platform now. It's so simple. Yeah, because although they cost money, they bring money in. You know,
they save you time, and the only person that's going to grow the business is you, because it's your business. Because obviously you speak to loads of removal companies on a daily basis. What are they struggling with? What are they doing good? What are they struggling with?
An online course completely free of charge. There's people on there now.
Everyone's positive, everyone's talking about removals, everyone's giving each other ideas, everyone's giving each other jobs, people are giving each other staff. You know what I mean? I'd stick to the spine and ribs.
Hi guys, welcome to this month's episode of Movecast. This is podcast number 10. So on every 10th podcast, we are going to do a recap of business so far, what we're looking to achieve in the future, and what new updates we've input to I-mve in the last 10 months. So you've got me and Rob today. Nice to see you, Rob.
Nice to see you, mate. Yeah, been a long time.
We speak like 400 times a day, but we rarely see each other these days, do we? So this is always quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I do the podcast, to see you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
So I suppose we'll start with a business question, as we always do. And today's business question is obviously to Warren's Removals this time, because Warren, you still are owner of Warren's Removals. And I suppose it's for I-mve as well, really. Business in general. What makes you happy in business?
What makes me happy in business? From a Warren's perspective, the one thing I get the biggest kick from, I suppose, is staff members achieving things from Warren's Removals employment, if you like. So something that's always really impressed me with staff members is when they get a mortgage. It sounds really weird, but Warren's Removals is now providing a mortgage to people.
What, you do mortgages? Paying for the mortgage,
being an employee of Warren's is getting people mortgages, and that's probably happened 5 or 6 times in my career. So that's something that really impresses me from a business perspective. Seeing staff achieve their goals in buying a house, and if it wasn't for Warren's, I know they could work elsewhere, etc. But still, it's a good thing for me to experience that. So that's something that I get really happy about.
That's good, yeah. But what makes you sad in business?
Double question. I suppose just the relentlessness of it. Business is consuming, isn't it? Definitely don't want to sound like I'm complaining about business, because I'm really happy with where we are, but it's just full on. It's
firefighting, and it's a lot of firefighting.
Exactly, yeah. It's one of my favourite sayings, firefighting. But yeah, you're just constantly putting out fires. So when you wake up, it's just, it's full on from the second you wake up until you go to sleep. That's just how it is, isn't it? I don't know if that's a sad thing, I don't know, but yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. It's a relentless thing to carry out day in, day out.
Yeah, it's hard to have a day off, innit? It's hard to have a day off or a holiday without thinking about work, should we say.
But you look brown, mate. Have you been away?
I have, mate. Yeah, we had a little break. Funny enough, me and Warren should have checked our calendar, and we actually booked a holiday on the same day.
Exactly the same
Exactly the same day, without even knowing. But we've got good developers, and I-mve was strong. It was going strong throughout the 10 days we was both away. But yeah, I had a really, really good time with family. A bit of work here and there, but really good time with family in the Isle of Menorca, which was nice.
Menorca.
Obviously, couldn't afford the Maldives of where you went, but maybe one day.
But then,
how was it, mate? How was it?
Let's spin that around a little bit. So we went to the Maldives.
Yeah.
In off season, so it's called monsoon season.
When it's cheap, I forgot about that.
And you went to Menorca and peak season, so
probably
peak, balanced out.
It does. No, it was nice to be that. Nice to get away, spend time with the family. Took a bit of leaf out of last month's guest. He was a real family man. I liked it how he put his put family first before the business.
Yeah.
And I thought that was great. But yeah, I had a great time and refreshed, ready to attack
Yeah.
the year and the summer.
Now, luckily for me, like when I go away, Warren's Removals can run without me. I'm so fortunate that I can literally just pass it over to everybody that works here. But with I-mve, we're a newish company. We're in year 3 now.
Year 3, yeah, to build.
So when we started to build was almost 3 years ago, and we launched in August last year. So we're in year 1 of like officially being launched.
Yeah.
So I-move is never closed. So none of us took any time off.
Yeah.
I took some phone calls over there. People had questions, etc., which is absolutely fine. Because before, when I used to go on holiday, Warren's, I'd be working every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I-move, like you said,
Yeah,
performed well.
Yeah, it was solid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you could, like a business like this, two totally different types of businesses, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could work from like Dubai, you could work from anywhere, like anywhere, and run a software company, could you? As long as you've got a phone and internet, you can make it happen.
Absolutely. Look, I'm starting to think about that a lot more as well now. If Warren's get to a place where I'm not needed in the country, I think I probably would.
Would you?
Live elsewhere?
Would
you? Yeah.
There's tax benefits in that as well. So you could, in theory, you could be living for free. I have thought about it. Yeah,
it's family, though, isn't it?
Family. Yeah. It's the closest of the family. But yeah, it's good to think about. You know, when you go on holiday, you look at the villas, don't you? You look past. I always do anyway.
Well, I used to do that. If I went to Spain, I used to always think I'd like to live here. However, I couldn't do removals here. I don't think that the size that we're at now, we're doing 4 or 5 moves a day, turning over quite a lot of money. We've got 21, 22 staff members. I don't think I could replicate that in Spain. I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like there's that much of a moving. There's not that many people moving over there.
I think. Probably, yeah. I think probably they stay in the houses for longer.
They do.
There's not much development. Like here, you got new builds, or you look at the new builds, and then you want to move out.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens in the UK. And I think more people want removal companies in the UK, whereas Spain, they'd like put. I never know, but it just seems like they put 17 TVs on the back of a moped. Do you know what I mean? It's probably just me from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
But we've got a few. We've got a couple of Spain.
Well, we've got 1 Portugal and 1 Spain.
One Portugal and 1 Spain. Using I-move, and they seem to be doing well, don't they?
And whilst we're talking about this part, we've literally last couple of weeks enrolled our first Australian, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, so we've got an Australian. On
first
board.
Company, yeah. We've had quite a few inquiries about Australia, so we've doctored it a little bit so it's now configured to Australian terminology.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be a big job. I thought, well, we'll have to change our website, we'll have to change the wording, we'll have to change everything. And Warren done the Zoom, and we thought we'd have to have loads of changes before the Zoom. And Warren always calls me after the Zooms because he goes, yeah, she don't want nothing changing.
Yeah.
And I'm
She's
like,
happy. I said, Rob, we are geared up for Australia, mate.
Yeah.
Change the website.
Yeah, so now we are officially in Australia. So we've got Portugal, Spain, obviously UK, our main base, our bread and butter. And
we've got Scotland, we've got Ireland.
Yeah, UK. Yeah. I'd say that, mate. UK.
Yeah, exactly.
And Ireland. Yeah. I'd say that fits in with the UK. Maybe not, but not for long, but yeah, Scotland is still in the UK.
Yeah.
We've got Republic of Ireland as well, which is not in the UK.
We're venturing out, aren't we? We're doing all right.
Yeah, so I mean that's the plan. I think the States is a bit far because I think their terminology would be different. But yeah, we've had a lot of inquiries from Australia, so yeah, that journey would be good. It'd be like a startup again, wouldn't it? So yeah, see what feedback she's got for us, and then hopefully we'll get some more Australians
Seems to be
on board.
enjoying it so far.
Yeah. So has it been for you, the journey of I-move from the start? What was it? Has it met your expectations or?
Absolutely, yeah. The journey itself has been incredible. So I speak about this openly. Warren's Removals has been going for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I fell out of love with it 50 times, and I fell back in love with it 50 times. And at the moment, I'm out of love with it.
Yeah.
But I-move has really gave me that spark back. It's something else for me to focus on. Speaking to other removal companies I didn't realise how much I'd enjoy that, because you're constantly speaking to people with the same mindset, the same stuff going on, the same problems, the same good things, the same investments, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's opened up a whole different avenue for me. I love meeting new people. I like, hearing their stories, where they started, what makes them want to use a system and all that kind of stuff, and then guiding them through it and helping them. And then after a week or two, getting that message saying, I can't believe it. How did I live without I-mve?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the journey itself is amazing. We've got great developers, as we've spoken about a lot of times. Yeah. We're constantly updating the system. We take every last message and phone call on board. People are constantly giving us suggestions, or what I love, and we spoke about this before as well, is the people that say, I don't want anything. What we've got now is phenomenal. The people that don't want any changes.
But there's a flip side to it, and it is like you got the people who've got great ideas as well. You know what I mean? So they put great ideas out there, and you feel like, we ain't thought of that. We'll implement that.
Yeah.
Like we've just had a guy who's on trial at the minute, and he wanted about, I think, 3 changes. So we literally took 3 weeks and got all them changes done. And other people have liked it as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
And that was someone fresh who I don't even think used a CRM before.
Never.
Come up with 3 ideas that everyone loves. So that I think that's the beauty of you grow it together, don't you?
Yeah. And he's in a different kind of, like, he does removals, but his is just pure office relocation. So it's just different little tweaks to make it work for him. So we made those tweaks, listened to his feedback, and he's loving it now.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
And for me, this journey, the best thing about it is actually the people in it, weirdly. You've got like a CRM software system, but it's actually the clients and the people that you meet is the best thing about the business.
Yeah.
And like, it's weird because I love, like, I don't know how we'd work together, like working with yourself, but I think it's great working with like a business partner as well. I do.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? Because obviously you've run Woman's on your own.
And
what's your thoughts about that?
I've had different people approach me for investment and wanting to become partners, shareholders, and stuff like that. And it's never really interested me because I've always wanted my own say.
Yeah.
But with I-mve, not only are we best friends, we've known each other for over 20 years. We've got full trust in each other.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't do this alone. So going into it with you, it has been a blessing. People know now this is my 3rd attempt at trying to do this. This has been a passion of mine for years. But it's like our stars aligned at that one point, didn't it?
Yeah, they did.
So working with you and having the same, because you only know what you know, and then if you
it's true, yeah. That's what I've realised a lot working with you, yeah.
Because you've got different
different
ideas, and then actually that's unreal.
Yeah. And for me, an example of that would be the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
So Warren, we chatted about. We've got obviously the Facebook group community, and then Warren was going to said, "I'll start a WhatsApp group because it's easier and it's more efficient because everyone's always got the phone and it's just a quicker way of communicating."
Yeah.
And I was a bit unsure. I didn't think it was the right thing to do, being honest. Because I didn't know how it'd go down. And then Warren started the WhatsApp group, and it was like one of the best things we've ever done in the business.
Yeah.
That WhatsApp group, because everyone talks.
Almost 100 people on there now, isn't there?
Everyone's positive, everyone's talking about removals, everyone's giving each other ideas, everyone's giving each other jobs, people are giving each other staff. And I was like, if I was on my own there, I would never even, I wouldn't even have put it out there. Yeah. And that's what I love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I say, like, I always try it. If you've got an idea, just try it.
Yeah. And the reason that we did that, I did the WhatsApp group, is because on our Facebook forum, it's like a private group for I-mve users. It tells you how many people are viewing the post. So if we put out an update, like we've just done this update, and we've got 100 people on the group, it tells you 46 people have viewed that post. You know what I mean? So I started to understand that actually only 50% of people are seeing what we're writing. So I was getting WhatsApp messages like, I've just noticed this, how come this has happened, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, we posted about it. But then a WhatsApp group, everyone's got, they can mute it if they want. Some people probably have muted it or whatever, but it's direct communication, isn't it? It's not somebody, we're not hoping someone's going to log on to Facebook. And in my opinion, Facebook's kind of dying a little bit. Like groups, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the forums and stuff.
I don't go on Facebook that much. Do you?
No. The only time I go on Facebook is to post
on the
for
I-mve group.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm learning, you know, with Facebook. I know it isn't dying, it's still a monster, but I just think you know, the age of people and stuff, like all that's getting affected. Remember when it was cool?
Yeah, well, it was, it's like anything, and it's going through that. But they've had a bit of a revamp, haven't they? I think Facebook. But yeah, that generation's dying out, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, and it's kind of like gone. It's nans, aunties, mum and dads and stuff. In my opinion, that's where it's at. So it's good for like certain businesses, industries, because those people are in removals, for instance. Those people are moving.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're your target audience, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're more your target audience. Yeah. I think that's why a lot of removal companies. Some removal companies just have a Facebook. Do they even have a website and stuff? Do they?
No. They run it on Facebook. Yeah. So there's 4 or 5 different levels, isn't there? So you got your LinkedIn, which is like B2B, business to business. That's like, you know, communicating for that kind of work. Yeah. And then you've got Instagram, which is good for brand awareness, stories, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You've got TikTok, which is mass reach, great for information, educational purposes and making people laugh.
Entertainment, TikTok, I'd say, yeah.
And then you've got Facebook, which is, it's almost like...
As you say, it's your auntie and your nan, isn't it?
It is. I don't go on Facebook anymore. I really don't. Every now and then, to be honest, I use Facebook for marketplace. If I'm looking for something like a second hand or something, I go onto Facebook for marketplace. I think it's great for that.
It is actually, it's better than eBay. You get scammed a lot on eBay, don't you?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's why we started the WhatsApp group. And to be honest, over the first week, we instantly realised, why didn't we do this before? Because people were passing each other work. People are earning money from the WhatsApp group. Yeah,
so like, one of the first couple of posts, the guy put out a job, and I think he accepted the job, or it was his staff. He used one of his staff or something, and I thought, God, that move's probably just paid for a yearly subscription for I-mve. Just being on the WhatsApp group.
Just from that, yeah.
And I think this is what I believe, and this is what I want to achieve with I-mve, is that I just want to, for that same subscription, just pack loads of value.
Yeah.
Like adding that WhatsApp group where people have like already like getting the value from getting a job off someone else.
Yeah.
Or even like making social media, just giving them value without raising any of the prices.
Yeah, just keep giving value. Matt from Stockport Removals, a week or 2 after he was entered into the WhatsApp group, he messaged me directly saying, this WhatsApp group's worth the subscription alone.
Did he message you? I never knew that. Yeah. It is there.
Because they're sharing like terms and conditions and helpful advice. You know, if someone's going through an issue at work, then people giving advice on that. And it's also not an annoying WhatsApp group. You know, there's annoying ones that just constantly go off.
That's exactly the reason why I didn't think it was a good idea because of that. But now it's about right, isn't it?
It's probably because you associate WhatsApp groups with like football chats and like, football teams and stuff like that, and they're just banging off
constantly
all the time,
bantering and stuff like that.
And there's a bit of banter on there, isn't really relevant to you at the time. With removals, whatever's going on in there is relevant to you. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Because we're all running we're all in the same boat, aren't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good because we can pop an update on there now.
Yeah, and it's quick, and everyone sees it. Yeah. Well, the majority of people see it, and then. And it's good, it's real positive as well. That's what I was a bit worried about. They'd be quite negative, like some of the forums, the remover forums, but it was real positive.
Yeah,
I thought, this is great, so well done, mate. Yeah. And that's why I like doing business with you. WhatsApp.
I remember I did something quite sneaky with that as well, didn't I? I just did it without even speaking to you. That's something that I need to understand a bit more sometimes, because I'm Warren's. I make decisions myself.
Yeah, you do actually.
You know what I mean? And I just created it.
Yeah.
And then you messaged me and you was like, I don't know about this, mate. And I was like, shit, I probably should have asked Rob.
Yeah, it's true actually. It is, you do, because you automatically do it. But now I'm all for try it, learn from it.
Yeah.
You'll never know if you don't try it.
No.
And that was one time we tried it, and it's worked, and it's provided more value.
Yeah.
But I think what I love is the early community, like the ones from the start, because they must be loving I-mve now, because they signed up. they signed up, and you could send a quote. You could send a quote and an invoice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you look after your vans. You can do email automation, so you don't touch anything.
Yeah, yeah.
SMS
Yeah.
automation.
Yeah.
But and they didn't even have none of that. No storage. They didn't have none of it.
Yeah.
And they were still paying the same subscription.
Well, we
as
had the
they're
soft
getting now.
launch, and that's, the day oneers.
Yeah, it's
They've
crazy.
seen
Isn't
it develop,
think?
haven't
Yeah.
they? It's a bit like Dubai, 1999. What did Dubai look like?
Yeah.
2024, what it looks like now. Similar, innit?
Yeah, big development. At one stage, there was 90% of the cranes in Dubai in the world.
90%.
90% of the world's cranes.
Yeah.
So think how many cranes there are in the world.
Yeah.
90% of them were in Dubai.
What a little fact that is.
Yeah.
I've got another fact about Dubai. There's 9 million people that live there, and only 1 million of those are from Dubai. They're Emiratis.
Yeah, it's all expats in it.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
why
where we'll be next. Yeah.
That's
That's where we'll be, expat. That's what we'll be. When we live in Dubai, expats.
I don't think I'd want to live in Dubai. Too hot in the summer, and it's like 45
Yeah.
degrees. You don't leave the house
too
in the summer.
intense.
It's weird.
I like Spain. The Spain one's nice. You know?
Yeah. Spain or Italy for me.
Yeah, Italy's cool.
Or the-
Italy,
or
I've
the
never had a bad
Maldives.
holiday in Italy. Maldives is just excluded, and you have to
Yeah.
have 17 planes to get there. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
But one of my favourite features, because you just briefly mentioned it there, one of my favourite features since the start of I-mve is email automation.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're at Warren's, we've got 4 set up, and I could do more really. So
Yeah.
I've got one automation, so we get automatic emails basically for people who don't know what automation is. So yeah, automatic emails that send without you manually doing it, send without you thinking about them. So I've got one that sends when somebody sends a website inquiry. It's a bounce back straight away that says, thank you for your inquiry, we'll be in touch, blah, blah, blah. I've got another one for the quote. So an hour before the quote, just a reminder, we're looking forward to seeing you in an hour.
Improve show up rate.
Yeah, exactly. And that gives the customers the opportunity that might have booked last week and they've forgotten about the quote or whatever. It gives the opportunity for them to let you know. I've got one the day before the move, say we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And then I've got one a month after the move saying, can you believe you've lived in your house a month already? Just keeping your name fresh.
Yeah.
And I could do more,
Perfect,
And I love
Do
the
you
fact-
not do a year anniversary one?
I haven't set one up. I could do that.
Yeah.
I've got the month one for now.
Yeah, I think the year anniversary one, what reminds me of that is like Moonpig and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like, although you're not going to buy another removal because you're just in your house, but it just puts the removal company fresh in their mind if they have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, and it's you're just doing it. You may as well kind of thing because it's just set up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to think about it.
No. The only one I don't have set up is the review link.
But the review. Why don't you have the review link set up?
So I want to cherry pick.
Cherry pick your
I
reviews.
want to cherry pick,
Yeah.
You don't want the review link going to somebody who's been a problem.
Yeah.
You don't want them to leave a bad review.
Because once you can't delete it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It's a good point actually.
Yeah. Although it probably would increase how many reviews that we get. We get a good amount of reviews anyway, but I just don't want a bad one.
Nah, yeah. Well, I think when you've got how many reviews you got now?
1,020 something 5-star reviews.
Yeah, so you've already got the volume.
Yeah, the
You just don't want
volume's
that.
there,
You just don't want that one bad one.
No.
So have you never had a bad review in all that time?
Yeah, I've had to rectify. Yeah, I've had 2 or 3 1-stars.
However, yeah. So how do you deal with a bad review?
You just got to problem solve. These people, the one review that we got was, I speak about them. So the one review was 2 years after we moved this customer. They were unpacking a box from the garage. They found something damaged in the box, unfortunately, and they decided to take it out on us. Do you know what I mean? So it was so long that we did the move that we couldn't find him because at the time we weren't using a CRM or anything. It was all done on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
So it took us forever to find him, and in the end, we was like, I don't even think this guy moved with us. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, Tash, luckily, managed to locate, the address and all that kind of stuff. Phoned him, and he was like, bloody hell, I didn't expect you to ring. And we offered him some compensation. We came up with what could have happened. We're sorry about, what he's found. We paid him a bit of money. Within 10 minutes, it was a 5-star review. So it's how you react.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of people would have just allowed that. Just been like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah.
But with us, we always try and rectify stuff.
I always think as well, you can't you can't be angry. The worst thing you can do is like ring them up and be like, "Why are you giving me that?" Like, you know what I mean? You've just, in a way, you just got to pay them off.
Yeah. And we didn't go
'cause it's
about it
worth
like, if we pay you this, can you change it? We just wanted to find out what the issue was, try and, leave a better taste in his mouth than a bad one, and take it from there. And like I said, he changed it to a 5-star, edited the review.
There you go. Yeah,
Perfect.
And it's obviously worth its weight in gold, because I think this day and age, automatically, I think a lot of people look at reviews now, don't they?
Of course.
Because online you can get anyone can make up a company online.
Yeah.
So the reviews, I think, are important.
Yeah.
And more people look at reviews before they go ahead and buy the company. Don't
Yeah,
they?
and it's not now as well. I don't know what your wife's like, but my wife, I'm a bit different. I'm a bit like, I need it, buy it now. I don't really take that much time in reading reviews. But some people, it's like a game, isn't it? Like Tash, it'll take her 2 weeks to book a holiday because she reads every review.
Yeah,
like everything that Tash buys, she studies it on different websites and stuff. So there are people that would locate and find bad reviews, and they'd make their decision based on that. Whether you've got 1,000 good ones, they'd look at the one bad. So there's a lot of companies out there that won't rectify, and they'll be like, you know what, nah.
My Amazon account is sorted by review. When I buy something off Amazon, it's sorted by the review.
And I bet you look at the bad one first.
Yeah, like I just buy the top one because it's sorted by review.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Sorted by the review score.
Yeah.
So if they're a couple of pound extra, I'll just go to them.
Yeah.
So pedigree chum, don't turn up at my door.
Yeah.
I was supposed to buy a laptop, and pedigree chum turned up. I think we touched on it on another episode, but yeah. So since then I've gone sort by rating.
I've never been stung by anything like that. You've had a couple, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had a couple. I think it's the big tech purchases, like 2 laptops. One dummy laptop turned up, and it was supposed to be a $3,000 MacBook, and then 2 years later I upgraded my MacBook, and the pedigree chum turned up.
Did it?
Yeah, so it's the same, like, so now I'm just like Apple.
Yeah.
And the laptop I've actually bought, it's actually slower than my last one, so I might have to take that back. But
really?
We digress.
Yeah.
So going forward, I-move features.
We're getting there, aren't we? There's still so much, they say with software, it's never finished, and we understand that, especially with AI features coming in and stuff like that. We've got to keep up with the times, which we promise we always will be. But I'd say the bulk of the development is there now.
Yeah. I think weirdly at the start we used to get people asking for features, and now we're getting people saying, don't put any more features on, because it's getting like it's too, there's a lot for their company. Do you know what I mean? So the smaller companies, they're happy with what we had like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But some of the other companies, the bigger companies, like staff allocation and a lot of the task management, because they've got multiple members of staff, and what works for one don't work for another. But we're focused on packing as much value as possible, but keeping it real simple. And I think I-move is real simple.
It's simple to use, definitely.
It's because the reason why I think it seems so simple is because you do the repetitive, the workflow is repetitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like once you do one customer, you just do
you
it
can do
again.
More, and then all the other features are an extra, aren't they? A bonus, really.
Yeah, it's the customer journey.
Yeah.
Once you nail the customer journey, even from that initial lead of did you get the quote over quick enough, and then you can tweak it. You can tweak it next time. Did you send the email? And then you can tweak it for what works.
Yeah.
And then you look at what works, and then you keep to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you do that? Do you go that in depth of like, did we get that quote, or are you kind of that busy where you if they don't get it, you don't get it?
No, our follow-up process is pretty, strict.
What's your process, and what's your process with I-move?
So we go out, and the initial phone call comes in. The journey is quite a big journey, really, from a customer's perspective. So the call would come in, Esther would then book it in, or it could have been a website inquiry over the weekend or whenever, evening. Esther would call, book in a survey, a quote. We call them quotes. A lot of people call them surveys. So Esther would book in a quote. Then Rory or Luke would go and carry out that quote. Within an hour or 2 hours, depending on how big the job is, we'd email them the quote. You can literally do it within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I've been out, because I use iMove on my phone. My guys have got iPads, but I personally prefer it on my phone. I really like using it on my phone. I've got a big phone anyway, the Pro Plus.
Yeah.
So I've been in to do a quote, and I've drove up the road and I've sent it within 5 minutes. By the time I got back to the unit, the customer's accepted. So speed is a big thing.
Do you find that's because they're hot? They're real hot there.
Yeah, hot and easy. Yeah. So
you've got a good relationship on you.
Absolutely.
And you sent it, and then the good thing I like is that it's a button in it, so he can click decline or accept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's no real friction for the customer. If they're not happy with the quote, they can decline it.
Yeah.
And they can leave feedback. There's no phone call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quite a lot of people don't want to tell you over the phone that they don't want to use you.
True, yeah.
So that feature's quite good. But yeah, and then the follow-up process for the guys is do a quote, send the quote, and then book in a follow-up. So 2 days we do, 48 hours. So then we'd call back. Obviously, in the meantime, if they've already accepted, then the follow-up's irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we'd do a follow-up. You can set an email automation, which we will probably do. We haven't done that yet, but I know a lot of companies are doing that. So like a follow-up process.
Yeah,
really.
follow up with the email automation.
Yeah. But then that's what we do. Then we try and, after 48 hours, they might want more time. Then we'd set another, calendar appointment for a week after. And then we just change the job status. It literally is just a click of a button. Yeah. So they're undecided or happy with a quote. It's so easy, mate.
Yeah. So easy. Once I've got the quote, then what's the journey? Full start to end, the journey.
So once they've got the quote.
Once they've got the quote.
Yeah. So then Esther would then, it's the communication part between the customer then, trying to line up the dates and stuff. Yeah. Then Esther would send them a deposit invoice. They'd pay that. We'd send them the receipt. Then after that's been paid, it's lining up the actual date of the move, whether they've exchanged contracts and stuff. So there's a lot to do with Esther at this point. So Esther, in Warren's, Esther uses I-move from 9 to 5.
Yeah,
all day. That's all she does. That's her job.
And she was a big input in the development as well.
Massive,
she uses it so much.
Yeah.
She was, to be fair.
And then it goes all the way down to the move, the job sheet, obviously. So on the quote, you'd fill out a job sheet or a cubic feet calculator.
Yeah, you don't use the you don't use it.
We don't use that. No.
So what I think what we've done with the cubic feet calculator as well is what companies were liking was that now you can send it to the client.
Yeah.
Now the cubic feet. Like Warren don't use the cubic feet calculator, but a lot of companies do, which we found out early on.
Yeah.
And now they can just send that to the client, and a few big companies doing that now.
Yeah, quite a few. Yeah.
Just
literally just a click, and then you can send the customer. Depends what kind of work you get in, really. Quite a lot of, if you're in London, for instance, they might want to do their own inventory, so choose, pick what they want moving. So you can literally send the calculator to the customer. They can fill it out themselves, and then it would pop through as an email and a message on I-move. Yeah. Mrs. Smith has done a calculator. You can see the size, see the volume, send a quote based on that.
Yeah,
that's such a smart little.
Yeah, it is, and it's another option for the removal companies.
Yeah.
For the, I suppose, lazy ones who don't want to go out and look at the job. They can just a quick quote.
Absolutely, but we've got how many companies now? Probably we've got about 6 or 7 London companies.
I'd say more. There's quite a few more London companies than that. Yeah, I'd say more 20. I don't know.
20? No, I don't know. Well, we've got a lot of users now, haven't we? I forget where they're all based, but.
I know at the start we used to know every user, and now sometimes I look down the list. I'm not going to attempt the sale, and they're already on I-move. But it's funny that. Yeah, so you the cubic feet calculator you don't use. The boys are using the job sheet on the job.
Yeah.
So that's when they survey the job, is it?
Yeah.
Job surveying.
And then the vehicle and staff allocation. So when it comes to the point of the actual move, you allocate the staff to it, then they get the visibility of what job they're on. The staff members have all got to log into I-move. It's so easy to do as well.
And I find that's where we've excelled as well.
Yeah.
When we let the I-move admin staff or the I-move clients, users, add their own staff.
Yeah.
So now they can add their own staff, and there's like 460 users using I-move. So and since we put that feature in, it went up.
Because previously, if they wanted a staff member, they had to ask us.
Yeah.
So we were adding them, and
we just added. But I think that's where I-move works the best, when all your staff have got I-move.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So it's free for staff, so all your staff can I-move, and that's where it works, because everyone's like singing off the same I-move theme sheet,
yeah.
and how you've set your company workflow on I-move.
Yeah.
Everyone's got the same message on the same job sheet and stuff.
And that's something that I speak to quite a lot of people about. You know, new users never used a CRM before, got in touch, they watch Warren's TV, they're interested what it's all about, etc. And a lot of business owners, especially in removals, especially in the early days as well, they keep everything is locked away into them. So every question is to them. Every bit of information that anybody needs is in their head. So their phone is just bombarded. With I-move, it's literally, you can allocate a staff member, it tells them everything. So you're reducing those phone calls, you're reducing those messages.
And now you can, with the task management that we've just released, can you just put the task on? Are you using that?
Yeah, straight away. That's one of the coolest little features. Because you can allocate a staff member something menial, you know, like, can you drop off a mirror to Mrs. Smith, you know what I mean, and allocate them, and then they can tick it when it's done.
And then it goes into the archive file, so you can see what you've actually done in your business. So it gives you that history, and it's good. I think it's good that no one else can see it as well. So the task is dedicated to that task member, and only that task member with that login can see it.
And then once it's done, they can tick it.
They can tick it off, but then the overview, the admin staff like yourself, you can see it all being ticked off and all. And I think that's great, because have you not, like, does it reduce a bit of friction as well? Does it, like, you know, because you've just, instead of ringing and telling, like Luke or your general manager, you just put it on their dashboard, and they're seeing that. And I always think when you have a list to work off, you just want to tick it off.
Just
subconsciously, a list, mate, you just want to. Don't you think? Rather than when someone tells you, then you kind of forget and you're just doing this. And
because with removals, what can generally happen is the staff members want to move, and then you get like a little job, and then you message them on WhatsApp, and it's a bit like unexpected. Do you know what I mean? But if you set them a task, it's theirs.
It's there.
They've got to get it done.
So how are your staff finding it? Have you asked them yet, or
are they just using it? New feature, isn't it?
Are they just ticking it off? Are they just using it?
Yeah, they're just using it. Yeah, because I can see what's being allocated and what's being done. I can see them all ticked, you know. And I'm quite OCD with stuff like that, because it's a new feature. It's fresh. It's new, brand new, and I've been away.
That's great. It's a good, very good addition, I'd say.
Yeah.
So you've got the job sheet. You've done this quote. You send the quote straight away. Hopefully they accept. And then once the job's been complete, is that where you use the email automate? What's your workflow?
Yeah, so the guys work off, obviously, the job sheet on the day. They go to the move, etc. We've got a WhatsApp feature, so the team leaders can WhatsApp the customer when they're on the way and all that kind of stuff. And then we've even got sign-off sheets on the customer's page. We've got a previously damaged section, so if you walk into a house, there's already a massive scratch on the dining table. The guys just take a photo of it and upload it to the sheet. We used to have a WhatsApp group for that, but it was quite complicated. Do you know what I mean? So you're getting photos bombarded.
Have you done away with your WhatsApp group now?
Yeah, that's gone.
Okay, I forgot about that as well, because I remember when we first put that on I-move. Bless you. I remember when we. Hang on. Bless you.
Thank you, mate.
Is that you coming back from the UK from Maldives? Yeah.
I'm allergic to Worcester.
But yeah, I remember thinking, like, you should be using the I-move one, mate. You know what I mean? It's on there. And then it's good to see that you've actually got rid of that.
We got rid of that a while ago. So obviously we like to, with I-move, we're keeping everything all in one platform. You know what I mean? We don't want a WhatsApp group. WhatsApp is a communication tool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
you can to an extent run parts of your business on it, but it's predominantly for communication. So that's where you chat, you do your talking. You don't want to run your whole business on it.
It's like Stripes for finance, QuickBooks for finance. It's all different arms in it. Whereas like I-move is like a single source solution. To run your business.
You've even got like staff notes on it. So I don't know what other companies do, but we used to write the teams out on WhatsApp, and then underneath each team put the vans that they're driving or the lorry, and then put the start time and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So WhatsApp did run 50% of the business for us. Now it's all on I-move. You
Yeah.
can put what time the guys are starting, what vehicles they're driving, everything. We're keeping everything all in one platform now. It's so simple.
And I think with training the staff as well, like as soon as someone else uses it, it's easy for them just to train their mate who's just come on the vans, don't you think?
Yeah.
Have you learned that? Have you had to do training with I-move? Have you
No, I've never thought about that actually. But
I
guess
the
guys
each
are
other?
just doing it.
Yeah. So you've not even thought about it, have you?
No.
Yeah, training. Oh, I've got another person to train.
Yeah.
I've got another person to train.
Yeah.
That proves it's simple to use.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Obviously the admin is a lot more, involved.
Yeah, of course,
So if a new admin member comes in, they're not going to need that long. But with a staff member, if they're allocated, they can see what they're on.
Yeah.
They've only got, basic visibility and usability.
Yeah.
They can only see what we need them to see as a company. We don't want them to see finances. We don't want them to see what we're quoting. We don't want them to see certain jargon messages and stuff like that. We've got it nailed with the staff.
Yeah.
We've even got a point on there where staff members can leave comments, because with Warren's we often do box days. We call it a box day, where we've got one staff member in a van dropping off boxes to customers moving and picking up boxes from customers who have previously moved.
Okay, yeah.
The moves where we're dropping off boxes, the staff might say, she's asked for this, or can you bring more of this on this day? Or they might go to a house and say, this van isn't suitable for this because I've just dropped off boxes and the driveway is a bit steep.
Yeah.
So we've given staff the ability to leave a comment on the customer's page as well. So that everyone's helping each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just efficiency, isn't it? So,
Sure.
how's the removal industry at the moment? What's your thoughts on that? Are you busy?
We are.
Yeah.
We are. Warren's flipping absolutely mental. But we've had some real sticky months this year.
Yeah.
Really like difficult months.
Is that on trend with previous years, or?
No, not really.
No.
But it's not been a bad year financially. It's very similar to our good years and stuff. But we're used to the odd quiet week. Do you know what I mean? But in April and May we had 3 diabolical weeks, like real like scraping the barrel kind of weeks.
Was it, yeah.
And that's when it really hits hard, because Warren's is a monster now. It's classed as a medium to large size business. It's not a small business anymore. So when you've got 21, 22 staff members, we need 3 moves a day.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
The overheads are crazy. So when we had one of our weeks, we had 4 moves booked in. 4 moves the whole week. We're used to 4 a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Luckily, some staff members took holiday. They were, they understand the industry. They were great. Others were like, I need the hours. I'm desperate for the hours, kind of thing. So we just had to either pay them there. We have to anyway as a contract. We pay them, what they're entitled to. But obviously, we don't just want to pay people to sit at home. So we were just trying to scratching our asses, really. What can we do?
What was you do? What was you doing? Was you cleaning the yard?
Yeah, we were cleaning clean vehicles. We were sweeping the yard that was already swept. Just sorting out storage jobs. We managed to fill it out. Esther was great as well. She got some little jobs booked in last minute. Everything kind of come together. Staff retention's been great, because with me, I always worry. If we're quiet, are we going to lose some decent staff members out there? Didn't lose a single staff member, which was perfect. And now we're at the point where we haven't got enough staff and enough vehicles.
You need.
You know what I mean?
So
it's
running
been
that
up and
balance,
down.
isn't it? It's a balance act, isn't it, with the staff and vehicles with removals.
Yeah.
It is, I think.
We're always hiring. It's weird because we've got 8 vans and a HGV. So effectively we've got 11 vehicles, plus quoting vans, etc. And we're always hiring. Tomorrow we're hiring 2 vans on top of what we've got.
I have noticed that with them, because obviously I look at social media, I look at our clients a lot on social media and other removal companies, and there's a lot of hiring posts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is a lot of hiring posts. So I think it's an industry. I don't know if is it a lot of high turnover of staff, would you say?
Depends how the business is run.
Yeah,
Depends
it
how
is.
the owner is. If the owner's real strict and it really does depend on that kind of
does
stuff,
it? Yeah.
because, you know, if you're going to ruffle everyone's feathers all the time, then they're going to leave and you're going to have to replace. So it depends how the business is run. But Warren's, we're quite, you know, it's one of our proudest things is the fact that our staff retention has always been great.
Yeah, you've got. I've been working with Warrens since day one, and like I'd see the same people.
The same people, yeah. And they're the spine, you know. I've got a bit of a saying, an analogy, if you like. So look after your spine of your business. Look after every part of the business, but the spine is the most important.
Yeah.
So my spine is, there's me and Tash, obviously. Then you've got Luke, Esther, Rory. Then the team leaders, you've got Simon, Jason, James, Chris, Danny Norcott, who's the HGV driver. That's my spine of the business.
Yeah.
The other part of the business are like the porters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I call them the ribs of the business.
Okay, yeah.
If you break a rib, so what I mean by this is if a rib leaves, you get over it pretty quickly. Yeah, the rib will repair. But if you break a part of your spine, it's going to take a hell of a long time to like replace.
Yeah, I like that, mate. I've never heard it say like that.
Yes, that's my little analogy.
Okay, yeah. Quoted by Warren.
Warren
Warren himself.
Believe it or not, I watch a lot of podcasts. I've never ever.
I've never heard that. No, it's a great. Yeah, it's a great, and it's true. It's so true that is.
And don't get me wrong. I don't want to like discredit porters because they're all so important. But what I mean is some staff members are more important than others.
Of course.
So if a porter was to leave, that's a rib getting broken. It's going to take a few days, but you're going to get over it quicker. Yeah. But if you break a part of your spine, it's a hell of a long time before you can replicate that staff member and stuff. So look after the spine, and the spine will look after the ribs.
I like it, mate. Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
I do. I really like that one. You should get that quoted.
You reckon?
Yeah,
on a poster.
Yeah. So is the spine good at the moment?
The spine's great. Yeah, the spine's always been great. So I only said that then. I went into that by you saying every time I come here, it's the same staff members. That's my spine. The spine is always going to be the same. And I've got a little saying like capture them in the net. It sounds like a bad saying, but it's not. You know, like if you go fishing, you've got to fish in the net. You want to keep the good ones for that photo.
The big ones. Yeah.
You get the rubbish ones if they're back in the water. The river. You don't need a photo. Do you know what I mean?
I'd stick to the spine and ribs.
Yeah.
He killed it there.
Yeah. But what I mean by that is, I've lost my fucking train of thought now.
You were saying about the staff retention.
Yeah, the staff retention is good, but you will always get people who come and go. You will always get that. Because there's people like uni students that come for 2 or 3 months.
And they're nice to have, right, as well.
Amazing.
In the busy period, when you see all them posts on Facebook, I'm hiring.
Yeah.
That's when you need them.
Yeah.
Them people who can come out, but are not are not as sticky on your business for when in the quiet periods.
Yeah. So that's for anybody watching this who lives in a city where there's a university, a big university, that's who you want to speak to, because these uni students are available in the summer.
Yeah.
They're available when you're busy.
Yeah. So
they disappear when you're quiet.
In removals, is the summer generally the busiest time?
Yeah. But again, it goes back to the way the business is run, how long it's been established for. With Warrens, we're busy all year round, bar the odd quiet week here and there.
Yeah.
You get much busier periods, don't get me wrong, where you're literally absolutely shattered because you're doing 4 or 5 moves a day, and then you're getting late days. You're doing 6 days a week. We don't work Sundays, but we do work Saturdays, so we sometimes have to work 6 days a week. But yeah, like I said, with Warrens, we're busy most of the year, bar the odd quiet week. But I've said it a million times. December is our busiest month.
Yeah, you say that, don't you? It's not the most profitable, but it's the busiest because obviously you're not working for 5 days.
Yeah. Well, you're not working. It's a 20-day month, really, isn't it? December.
But people want to get it in before Christmas.
Yeah, and also what happened is end of year. What's it called? Like incentives and stuff like that, or
for the estate agents?
Yeah, for estate agents and end of year bonuses, for instance. Let's pump these moves through, and we can get you know what I mean?
Meet our targets and stuff like that. Because I think when you're moving out, everything is left for we'll do it before Christmas. Let's get it done before Christmas. Obviously, when you like the estate agents, I've got targets to hit for the year.
December's so busy that I can name 3 or 4 times where certain staff members, including myself, have had to miss the Christmas party because we've had to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the summer is generally the busiest. Yeah.
So what about, like, because obviously you've got Warren's, that's going well at the moment. It's always gone well, I'd say. So it's been a pretty not a smooth journey. It's rocky roads on the way, but you've always been on the rise, haven't you, with Warren's?
Always been on the rise, yeah. So I've took on a new approach with Warren's over the last few years. 1 year growth, 1 year internal growth.
Yeah.
So growth is in, like, let's recruit more, let's buy more vans, let's look at upsizing, etc. But then the next year would be internal growth, and what I mean by that is like internal training, HGV opportunities, stuff like that, internal growth. And I prefer those years because
you're working like on your company, and
you're improving it.
You like planting the seeds, aren't you?
Yeah. You're just internally like training,
people,
different parts of the business.
Creates a good culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
People feel part of something.
You grow more on those years.
Jeff Bezos does that, then apparently. 1 year in Amazon, he spends all his money on attacking the industry. Yeah. Then the next year he puts money within.
Okay. He copied me then.
Yeah.
Jeff copied me.
Big Jeff.
That's something that we've I've started to do over the last few years. Been enjoying that.
Well, what about like advice to them? What do you feel like? Because obviously you speak to loads of removal companies on a daily basis. What are they struggling with? What are they doing good? What are they struggling with? What's the consensus of our community?
Yeah, so I think, and it always, whenever I speak to someone in this boat, I remember me being in the boat.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of business owners in removals are doing everything, every part of the business. And I understand you have to do that at certain points because it's money, isn't it? To employ someone, bring someone in to fill a role, it costs money.
Yeah.
So there is a point to that, but yeah, quite a lot of people are just snowed under. Like I was speaking to someone the other day, I speak to him quite often, I-mve user, and he's a HGV driver, which is something I've never wanted to do because I don't want to be tied to a HGV. I'm trying to build a business that doesn't need me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's a HGV driver. He's also the quoter, and he's also like the team distributor. So every question is to him.
Yeah.
He's always on the move because he's on the HGV. So he's swallowed up. The only good thing that he's got a lot of good things, obviously, but the good thing that he's got is he's got an office manager. That's something that I can recommend quite quick.
Quite quick, receptionist, admin staff.
Yeah.
Quick,
yeah. Because although they cost money, they bring money in.
Yeah.
They bring.
Yeah, they save you time, and the only person that's going to grow the business is you because it's your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the advice I would give is always think about what you're best at and what you're the most happiest at. So just because it's a removals business that you feel that the point for you is to step off the vans. Quite a lot of people think that I want to be off the vans. That's my goal.
Yeah.
But if that's where you're the happiest, stay on the vans. Just make sure that you've put people in these parts. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Always look at what you're best at because that's where you're going to perform the best. If you're answering the phones but you don't really like answering the phones, then you're not going to perform the best because it's not a passion.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's see through to your clients, won't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Or sending invoices, the accounts, that side of things. If that doesn't interest you, it doesn't doesn't give you any happiness, then you're not going to perform, are you?
And it shows on the outside.
Absolutely, yeah. So always pick what you're good at.
Always pick the right person to do that specific job.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's what you want. I suppose that's what you want to get to. Then that's what the removal companies want to get to.
Yeah, and it's not easy to get there, obviously.
But I think it all depends on the outgoings and what I like to in business. I always think to have a cash flow, to have a lot of money in the bank, not like low, but to have a lot of money in the bank, so you can go on the offense, so you can employ an admin staff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you might not make what you did last year, but it'll compound over time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You get your time back.
And people are scared of that short-term loss.
Yeah.
Rather than that long-term gain. I feel.
Absolutely.
And it's a mental block. It is.
It is. Yeah. And a lot of people think no one could do this job as good as me, but the longer you think that for, the longer you're gonna struggle to grow. Because if you're holding in all of that information and that mindset, it's very obvious that no one's going to be as good as you. It's your business. It's obvious, but you just need to make sure that you understand that your 100% might be somebody else's 80%, but that 80% is still brilliant.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And when you get to a stage and you're employing like management, then people can be better than you.
Yeah,
you know
that's what you should look for, isn't it?
People have tried like other stuff. Like I follow loads on LinkedIn, like general managers, loads of them out there, and they probably can bring in better ideas than you, because they've got experience with different companies. I think it's like Apple, like that. He spends, like Tim, that Cook, he spends like most of the time hiring experts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're all probably better
people
than him.
better,
And I think that's how you grow as a company, isn't it? To that next level.
Yeah, I'm very open about saying that. Most parts of my business I'm not very good at. I'm honestly not. Simon, Jason, Chris, James, they're all so much better than me at loading a vehicle.
And that's
building things like Simon. I could set Simon up. I can say, Simon, you've got a house today which has got 27 sets of bunk beds and 4 trampolines, and he won't even have to help. I wouldn't be able to do that. I can't dismantle stuff. I haven't got the headspace. Do you know what I mean? I just can't do it. But Simon's a wizard at it. Chris is exactly the same. I've got Jason and a staff member called Jai at my house today building a shed for me. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to build a shed because I'm terrible at that kind of stuff.
And your back's bad.
And my back's crap. Luke, for instance, Luke's really like in tune with like the processes.
He's organised.
He's so organised. The processes, like the different paperwork you need, health and safety, the lorry maintenance logs, everything like that. I'm not very good at that. Esther, she's phenomenal at answering the phone. Empathy she's got with every single customer. The way she conducts like the journey for the customer is way better than I could ever do it.
But I think what you've good at, you've built that. You know what I mean? So
you put people in the places.
You've put them people in them places, which has helped your company grow.
But before, obviously, I was doing every part of that. Every single moving part I was doing, and I was falling asleep with my phone in my hand, not sending all the quotes I needed to send, making up some prices because I forgot what the quote was like. Do you know what I mean? You just need to understand that just because it's your business doesn't mean that you have to be the best in every department. That's something that
So would you say to them people in that position is build up a cash flow and then employ an admin staff first?
Or also look at your time to money as well. So depends how much time you're spending doing certain parts of your business. If it's once a week for a couple of hours, it's not worth hiring someone. But if it's every day you're doing a certain thing,
so you're doing quotes every day and stuff like that. If you're at that stage, you get a CRM, don't you? You get
a CRM.
That saves you time straight away.
It does.
I think that'd be the first step, and then you get the admin staff to use I-mve. And
the first thing I would do is look to bringing in somebody to answer the phones, whether that's external or whether it's actually somebody that sits in an office. You know what I mean? Depends how big the business is or whatever. I'd definitely say getting somebody to answer the phones. And also a woman to do that.
Okay, so just with the more professional or more.
They're just better than us.
In tune with people's emotions.
Their emotions. Not every woman, obviously, but I personally think a woman's touch on the start of the journey is better than someone answering the phone whilst they're loading a washing machine.
You know what I mean?
Because they're not fully focused on that call.
Are they?
And the empathy, like every single phone call, like Esther gets a call and they can say we've exchanged. And Esther's like, congratulations. She's done it a million times.
But she still shows that.
And she's still fully involved in that.
Even though they've changed the date 24 times. She's like, congratulations.
Well, when it was me answering the phone, I'd be like, no worries. I'll book you in. I'll book you in for next week then. It's just a bit quick because I was always on the move. And let's look at it like a cost perspective. What is it going to cost? 300 quid a week? £1,200 a month or something like that for somebody to work full time, whether you need them part time. I don't think part time office managers work that well because you want someone.
You're a day without the phones, aren't you?
You're a few days.
Once you've got them going, they kind of run run the business, don't they?
Yeah.
From a like first call point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So £300 a week, I can guarantee that office manager will pay for themselves
Yeah.
very quickly.
There you go, guys. Build up a cash flow and get an admin staff.
Yeah, but it
on the
depends. You
phones.
don't. If someone started their business 6 months ago, they're probably not at that stage
Yeah, of
because
course, yeah.
their phones aren't
Yeah.
ringing that often. But you would just know. I didn't know. I held on to it for way too long.
Yeah.
But on reflection, I'm happy I did that because if I'd have got somebody before, then I wouldn't have met Esther, and Esther slotted into this machine.
Yeah. You could have met someone better.
No,
You
no
could
one's
have.
as good as
You
Esther.
could have, though.
No.
Yeah.
I could have met someone worse.
It's like you think yourself, like you're the best in the business. It's like
Yeah.
there's always someone better, and there's always someone worse. Though. Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing. Yeah.
I suppose as long as it's happy.
Yeah.
Esther is good, by the way. I'm not saying.
Hopefully she don't watch this.
proving that point that you can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can always do better. Do you know what I mean? I could get rid of you and get someone else. You know?
Can't replicate me. But yeah, that's just a bit of advice.
Yeah, so we digress from the industry. How is I suppose you don't really take notice of the industry, do you? You just do your thing, don't you?
Yeah. The only thing that I do take note of is because of the people I speak to now. They're all located in different areas. So some people are crazy busy, some people aren't very busy. Some people blame the market when in fact, if the whole market in the UK was bad, then I wouldn't be busy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it definitely is locations, it's demographic.
Yeah.
And that's something that I truly believe in. I don't watch the news. I never have. I don't care about it. I don't care about what's going on in the politics, who's going to get voted in. I don't get it.
Yeah, me, I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
I am exactly the same.
I don't like the negativity.
Yeah.
The news broadcast negativity.
Yeah,
That's not for me.
Yeah.
If I concentrated on the news and what they're saying about the property market and what's going on and this recession's on the way, then I'd probably flip and sell up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Like with the interest rates, but I think once the interest rates come down, the house prices are still going up, and I think it'll be a little boom, in the removal industry and the housing industry, because the housing prices are going up, so people are getting more for the houses, and then when the interest rates go down a bit, they'll want to move because people are hanging out because of the interest rates.
Plus, there's certain people in the UK that will move regardless of what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
People that have got the money.
It's like eventually the inevitable is going to happen. Do you know what I mean? You'll need a haircut.
Yeah.
You'll move house. It's a good industry. It's a good industry to get into if you're on point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're quite fortunate. Obviously, removals is big in the UK. Going back to us talking about different countries. Quite a lot of people in different countries, they live in that house for 50 years. On average, we move every 5 years in the UK. We are a moving country. We like to move. We don't like to stay in the same position. So we're quite fortunate. And it doesn't really matter what's going on with the property market. I think to an extent.
I think that's with the development as well, with the new builds and stuff I do as well.
Yeah.
Because they entice you, don't they, then?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do entice you, them new builds, when you drive past them and you see.
Yeah.
It's like the pretty shiny thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and what we want for a country and for the property market is the first-time buyers. We need those. We want first-time buyers. Of course we do. Yeah, we're not just looking for these high-end moves that are buying 1.5 million and moving, because effectively the first-time buyers are the ones that stimulate the start of the chain.
Of course they are. Yeah,
that 200, 300 grand house that the first-time buyer is building.
Yeah.
You can land in a chain of 7 or 8 different moves, and it depends what part of the move, in what part of the chain you're moving. We are generally mid to end of the chain, so most of our moves are the bigger moves. You know what I mean? But without that first-time buyer, would this happen up here? Not all reliant on that, but we want it to. We don't want it to be difficult for first-time buyers. Massive deposits people need now, where the cost of living is difficult. And
no, I think there's talks about 100% mortgages and stuff again now.
That's what we need.
I think it's quite positive anyway from because a couple of removal companies, they post stuff, and you know what I mean. So I do think it'll be a little boom. And Simon Bath, when he was on the podcast, I thought he had some good stats of the removal industry, and he was quite positive about it as well, wasn't he? So what about the podcast? Where do you think the podcast is going? We've got some exciting guests coming on.
We've got some exciting guests coming on. Before the podcast, off air, you told me a little stat about podcasts, didn't you? The actual podcast stat.
Yeah, I think it's only.
What was the percentage?
I think it's only 80% 20% of podcasts gets past 9 episodes, I think.
Is it?
Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're on episode 10, so
Yeah.
we're part of the 20% of podcasters.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but I'm just going to keep doing it. We're enjoying just having a chat to each other. We get to see each other, and obviously the guests, they're all legends. Have you got any favourite episodes on the old poddy?
My favourite, I'd say, was Scott Rust. That was one of my favourites. It was so informative, wasn't it?
Yeah, informative.
And he's been there, done it.
Yeah,
for years.
A lot of knowledge, doesn't he?
A lot of knowledge. Chris McGee, always a big fan of Chris.
Yeah.
But they're all good, aren't they? They're all good in their own way.
Chris McGee, he actually improved this podcast because he told me about the Roadcaster. Yeah. And that's kind of my wheelhouse, like media and stuff. And he told me about the Roadcaster and the shorts after, the softwares and stuff. So yeah, big up to him. He actually come on the podcast, and he was one of our first guests, and he actually improved it.
Yeah.
And
so for people who don't know, what is a Roadcaster?
Yeah, this is a Roadcaster Pro. It basically sorts the audio out on the podcast, and he recommended it to me because he had his own podcast for a while. I'm not sure if he still does it actually, but yeah, he recommended that, and our audio and our production with the lighting is improved drastically.
It has, isn't it?
The backlighting, and that's what I like about the podcast is that you even see an improvement there.
Yeah.
Like because how it looked first.
Yeah, and how it sounded first.
And this is what I love a lot about Data, and I love to look back because like although we've got 81 subscribers now on YouTube, we've got like nearly 1,000 on Instagram, we've got like 200 on Facebook, and it's all little. I think it's all little like goals and a way to not judge, but it's progression. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I think even on LinkedIn, I look at the scores on there, and I'm not a likes man at all. Like I'll put posts on, and if they don't get 0, like I don't mind. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't need anyone to tell me like how good I am. If you know what I mean, I don't really care about likes. But them little numbers show me that we're improving.
Yeah, of course. I mean? Yeah, nice way to look at it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. Yeah, so the podcast, we've got some exciting guests coming on.
Yeah.
And then every 10 episodes, we'll do a business update. What about else? We've spoke about Warren's. We spoke a little bit about I-mve.
I speak to Craig Atkinson a lot. He's definitely one of my favourite subscribers and friends. We've become a real good friend.
He'd be good on the poddy, wouldn't he?
He would, but I'm literally trying my hardest. He just doesn't want to do it. Craig, if you watch this, I know he's watched every single one. So he will definitely watch this. Craig, please come on, mate. Great.
I think he posts stuff on the forum as well, and like a lot of it. He gets a good reaction every post he posts. He gets because I'll tell you what, he's honest.
He is,
and I love about that. And he put a great post out the other week about someone helping him, and I think about you helping him and how I-mve's helped him. And I thought, what a great post for great people to see, and the reaction from that post was so good. Yeah, like everyone's in the same boat. Do you know what I mean?
But this is the problem with Craig, and I tell him like he doesn't believe in himself. He's got a massive imposter syndrome. So he thinks him coming onto this podcast, he said it to me, he said he doesn't feel he can offer enough value. I wish he wouldn't think like that.
It's like you look at like all our guests, like starting from the start, like all our guests have their own story and have their own like I've loved all the guests. Like you had Rich from Move On, he was great. I loved how like confident and how he puts himself out there with networking. Taunton, if I pronounced it right, he was hilarious. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He was lively. The catch-all removals. He was just a great guy, friendly guy who I could see like being friends with in general. Yeah. And everyone's got like obviously aim. He was like knowledge based. Yeah. Simon like coming on inspirational of what business he's built. Yeah. And
the recycling guy with the 10,000.
Yeah, and last week's was good because he was a family man and he put his family first. What no one's done yet on the podcast.
No, we're all culprits of not being good at that.
Everyone's got their own story, and I love it. And I'm looking forward to the other guests coming on. So we'll continue with the poddy.
So what made me speak about Craig Atkinson there is because something that he says all the time, and he loves it, by the way, is how you are not removals based. Like you've got a podcast in the removals industry, and he loves that you know fuck all about removals.
and the thing is, I still don't know it now. I know a bit, and
you do know a bit.
I'm from an industry where I'm from a couple of industries, but like I'm obviously do a lot of work in the construction industry. But then like on an oil rig offshore, and it's pretty cool. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously I do media a lot. I've worked with some like footballers. I've worked to go on some cool projects. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I tell people like, oh yeah, I've got a podcast on the removal industry, they're like, what? And I'm like, no, it's cool, man. To be honest, I get to speak to my good mate for an hour, and whoever's on, it's just good, man. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Can you? This is an off-the-cuff question.
Yeah.
Can you give the audience who might want to know a little bit more about Robert Sinclair? Can you give the audience a fun fact about yourself?
A fun fact. I'm not a very good salesman. Fun fact.
Something that I don't know, might be childhood. I
suppose I've worked on an oil rig for 20 years, where it's in the middle of the sea.
Yeah.
With no one about. Not everyone gets to do that. A bit like Ben Affleck in Armageddon. If you've ever seen that one.
Yeah.
I got dropped from the baggies when I was a kid. I was 6 months. Nearly a year. I was with them. Got bombed by them. Too slow. Then I used to support them. Then I don't support them. But fun fact.
Those are two good fun facts there.
Was that fun fact?
Yeah, let's digress onto that a tiny bit. So you played for West Bromwich Albion?
Only on trial. I had a trial with a professional company. Just business. Professional football team on trial. That was it. No contract. Yeah, so I remember the first day my dad took me training and I won the bleep test out of all of them.
Nice.
Yeah. The bleep test was the first day of training. I won the bleep test.
It's the hardest test to win, that.
Yeah, it's all about fitness, isn't it? But like, it's mental. It's my first training. I'm not gonna win it. Do you know what I mean? I've just turned up. I've got to be impressed.
Yeah.
I was the same as some of them, but the reason they let me go is I'm not as good as. They can put me in, but they won't improve the squad. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I was never quick. I was never quick enough. Do you know what I mean? I had the skill. But loved football. Yeah, that's all I wanted to be growing up.
And now you work on the oil rigs.
And then in the end, I started on the oil rig. Did 2 weeks on, 3 weeks off, and then started a media company. That's when I started to work with yourself. Love business, love filming, love creating, love overcoming challenges.
Yeah.
When it gets hard, I'll go harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my motto. And then obviously started I-mve, and I really think it's all coming together now.
Yeah.
Because I-mve, and then I've got what I did realise with my media business is you're kind of a solo entrepreneur. Do you know what I mean? You're on your own, and I have tried to go down the route of employing people, but then they just kind of, it's not that industry where you employ people unless you've got a kind of an agency.
Yeah.
And I like to create from start to finish. Actually, it's one of my like what I like about filming. I like to create it, edit it, and then do the final project. But yeah, creating I-mve, I can put it all in. Now we can put it all into one. Yeah. So that marketing, whereas before I was earning money for other businesses, now I can put my skills to earn money for my businesses.
Yeah,
you know
your
what I
own
mean?
Business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
That's it. That's a fun fact.
It's good.
Sorry, Matt. Yeah.
I just thought that the audience would like to get to know you a little bit more now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm.
Don't know enough about me. Did you see? Did you see? On one of the comments, I've had this a million times, and I'm kind of used to it. But someone was like saying I was fame hungry, weren't they?
I never seen that.
On one of the
where was
YouTube
that on
comments.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are actually. To be fair, you've always on Instagram, and you just want to be famous. I could see that. I could actually see that. You know. Yeah, I can see that, mate.
I'm definitely not attempting to be famous. Someone took a jab.
It's just all about having fun. Do you know what I mean? Like your videos, do you know what I mean? They're funny as I think. I really do. And I just think they're hilarious. And when I look, I laugh. And that's what it's about.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
And your YouTube videos, you give people insights. And it becomes more fun. When you create, I mean, I think you're growing up, we've had each other, haven't we?
Yeah.
So you've probably gone towards the video side more than other people because of my influence in a way.
Yeah, definitely. It's your fault.
No, but it makes it more fun.
Of course it does,
But you're creating something. Creating something.
People with that, I personally think if someone is like I said, I've had it quite a few times now where people have gone at me via their keyboard.
Yeah.
But like all I'm trying to do really is be
famous.
different, be different. I'm famous.
No, mate, it's great. I laugh out loud at them videos I do. I think you should concentrate, do them more YouTube videos. I think you should I think you should continue doing it.
Continue doing stuff like this. I've had to make a very big decision in Warren's recently. I've now stopped doing the courses, the in-depth Warren's training courses. That's something that I've had to just it took a long time. It was actually on holiday where I finally decided that it's just not working anymore, only through a time perspective. I absolutely love having companies come and visit us. It's one of my passions. It doesn't really matter that we're not earning any money from it effectively. I just love helping people out, but I've just got no time anymore. I'm doing 3 or 4, sometimes 5 days a month filming, which I love, which is so important.
And you enjoy it, and that's the big thing. Isn't it?
I've got I-mve to run. I've got Warren's removals to run. I've got a storage leg of the business to run. I've got things going on personally, that I need to, family stuff, etc. The courses are kind of now, I had to make the decision that I'm going to have to park them for a bit. So this morning, it's been taken off my website.
Have you actually took it off your website?
It's gone.
Okay, So I think, what are you going to do? I think we're conjuring up Summit maybe.
Yeah. So the plan now.
So we release it now, or maybe big it up.
Yeah, no, let's be honest now. So the plan is, because like you said, and rightly so, we want to offer continuous value.
Yeah.
We are going to be able to deliver I-mve subscribers an online course completely free of charge. So when we get a chance to record it all over the next 12 months or whenever it might be, we're going to give it to I-mve users completely free of charge.
Yeah, so this is the course that you used to pay, that people used to come and go into Warren's office to pay for. We're going to basically film that, and all I-mve subscribers will just get it for free, included in their membership.
Yeah.
Which we love as well, because we're providing value, makes people happy, makes our client happy, client retention. We just love it all.
Yeah.
In fact, we're just going to give everything for free.
Yeah.
But no, I love that, and I think it's great, and it's and I think what we should do is we'll do the first one and then release it in the software. So
a little add-on in the software. Good idea.
And then just keep adding to it. Yeah. So the course will never stop.
Yeah.
So you keep adding videos within it.
Yeah, because business never changes. Well, business always changes, so it never stays still. So, we can just keep adding modules to it, if you like. But all free of charge. So, it's something that I've had to make a big decision about. I've been doing that for over 2 years now. We've had about 40 different companies come and sit with us.
Yeah.
And sometimes these companies can be here for 3 days. And to take me and Luke out of the business for 3 days when I've got everything else going on, I want to be able to give my 100% into what I'm doing. And I think that was just making me spread myself a little bit too thin. So I think I've made the right decision, although it was a hard one.
Good to see you, mate. Good to see. And that's what it's about, changing on the pivot.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's one of those things that have come to an end on a nice tone.
It was your last training?
Complete removals, I-mve user.
Oh, okay,
Complete removals. Monique, absolutely wonderful lady. Honestly, so nice. Like, she came and spent a day with us, and her husband Michael was looking after their daughter. So Michael was making himself busy in the area.
Oh, okay, was he? Yeah.
So Monique spent the day with us. Michael's a big I-mve fan and the Warren's removal.
Oh, okay, so he watches the content. That's what it's for. That's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah. So she was at it. We've got another 2 or 3 companies which have inquired, which we're trying to line up dates. So we're obviously going to be honouring those. So we're going to see those through, and then after that, no more. It's done. Off the website.
Off the website, mate. If it's off the website, But luckily, it's not done and dusted forever, because we'll be able to view it from in the underpants at home. So let's wrap it up on I-mve. The future of I-mve. What features are we adding? Where are we going? What's our next feature? We spoke about it, haven't we?
Feature, the 100% customizable, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So at the minute, what we didn't realise we not realise it's just that as you grow, because we've got a lot of members now. We want each individual members to be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So some people have got I-mve, obviously they're in the same area.
Yeah.
And although you can customise it to an extent, like the quotes, people like to make theirs exactly like their business. So we're going to, everything's going to be customisable, like the job sheet will be customisable. Obviously the quotes the quote templates and that, they're kind of customisable now, but they'll be even more customisable.
Yeah.
What else we got?
So there's going to be the quote,
cubic feet calculator,
the website form, the calculator is already customizable.
Yeah.
The job sheet, as we said, pricing matrix, all that. So I think that it's going to be a big update for us. It's going to take a few months, but that's going to be a massive winner.
Yeah,
I think that's next in line, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's next. I mean, recently we've had so many updates, like small updates and big updates of what the clients have requested. So we've got them done and dusted now. Now we're going to move on to the big updates. So I think after customizable, we're going to look to do the storage section, and I think the storage section is going to be interactive, where you can actually draw your unit or take a bird's eye shot of your unit, and you can actually move the containers within that unit. And you can, if you press on that container, it automatically goes into their file. Yeah. And we were just going to spruce the storage.
Yeah, we're going to give the storage side, by the way, is already fantastic. Yeah. But we feel that we would like to improve it even more. Yeah. So we'd like you say, site plans, be able to design your own site plans, see what containers, different colours for what's available, what's not, and just make it a little bit more dynamic. That's another thing that we're looking forward to. But like we said,
it's quite exciting, isn't it, that one? I'm looking forward to the end result in that.
Yeah.
And then I think after that we'll be looking at QuickBooks and Sage. Complete the accounting softwares off. We've already obviously got Xero. That'll complete that off, and then we'll be looking at what was that? What was after QuickBooks and Sage? Was it the customizable QuickBooks Sage? What else have we got on the list?
There is going to be.
We use like a thing called ClickUp, and it's tied in with our development team, who are great, by the way, who need a mention on this. Who are just absolutely fantastic. We're so privileged to work with them, and lucky that we found them. So big up to the development team who work tirelessly every day.
Do they sleep?
I actually think they work in day shift and night shift. I think they do. I think they do, because they're on the call all the time, and they're fabulous. And them with the EBC integration was just a match made in heaven. Because the service just it don't go down. No downtime, nothing
whatsoever. It's absolutely
solid,
bang on in it. It is a solid platform, definitely. So, we've learned a lot along the way.
We have. And it's been a good journey, man, so far. I'm looking forward to continuing it. Looking forward to continuing the podcast. Looking forward to making the course even more value for our users.
So some big golden nuggets there. But I think let's wrap up the podcast now instead of talking, banging on. So let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you everyone
for your what's it called? Your little fun facts. Each episode, I'm going to ask you an off the cuff question.
Okay, mate. I'm not very good off the cuff now. I'm all right off the cuff, to be fair. I just don't like bigging myself up. I'm not a very good salesman for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One last quick one. How old are you? How old are you for the users?
You? Come on. How old am I?
This is a spin-off question.
I don't know. 38, 39 in November, actually.
39 in November.
How old are you?
You don't look it, mate.
How old are you?
I'm 39. I was 39 in the Maldives.
Okay, I thought he was older than
that. What was yours childhood console?
Obviously Super NES.
Super NES, is that your first?
Started off on the Super NES, Nintendo Standard was the first. And Nintendo's...
But the blow one?
The blow one. The blow one. Lift it up, wag it in, push it down.
Yeah. And then
Super NES, Mario Kart. And then...
Mega Drive?
I had a few Mega Drive, Sonic and that, and And then it went on to the PlayStations and that, didn't
Yeah,
it?
the PlayStation. Yeah, were you PlayStation or what? Xbox?
Oh, PlayStation
all day.
Pro Evo. Yeah. I used to hammer Rise Up Pro as
Nah.
well. we used to play Pro Evo all the time. Don't we? Used to beat him up all the time. TV smashes and all sorts.
Oh man!
But yeah, what a journey we've been on as well as friends. Do you know what I mean? We've had some fun times and it's great, and it's just great starting a business.
Yeah, we're looking forward to living in Spain together, aren't we?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait, mate, yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
See you next month.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey.